Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. Folks, I just listened to what this man had to say. There's a lot in it. I read the Wall Street Journal article that talks about these things too. I just want to give you guys a quick overview of what was said. There's some important details about the way that Verizon has been going versus the way it's going to go in the future. And I'm sure as a customer, you want to know. This is important for the industry. So first of all, on the screen is Mark Bertolini, who is the Verizon chairman, new chairman of the board. He is also the current CEO of Oscar Health, if I remember correctly. Okay, so this is a smart dude, not to be questioned in terms of who he is. All right, those are really big positions. Anyways, when asked by the CNBC reporter, it was basically in questions about what happened and didn't happen at Verizon, right, under Hans Vestberg, the former CEO, now board advisor. Let Mark Bertolini tell it, and he'll explain what they're going to change and how things are going to be different. Those were the questions. So the first thing he mentioned was market share and market cap. Verizon went from number 1 to number 3. Well, there's only 3. The network isn't as differentiated as it used to be. And that was one of the things that was questioned, this network-first approach by Hans Vestberg. So market share dropping 30% over the last 8 years, he said that's an issue. That's his quote, not mine. The board needed to act, and they acted. His quote, not mine. He went on to say, we have to evaluate underlying cost structure. We will have a story to take to the Wall Street. Right? That's a message to the investor, right? That Verizon has lacked. And he said it's not about a price war. He said it's about value. So that means, in my perception, how I receive that, is that Verizon is going to put together things that the customer is going to appreciate, enjoy, and find value in. And it's not just about pricing, because it's hard to operate a business that's expensive and just give things away for free or give things away at huge, massive discounts. So the way that you enhance your offers is by just putting value to it. Charge what you have to charge, but include a package that gives the customer value. So here's the takeaway. Number 1, first and foremost, the network-first approach, has soured. Consumer-centric, value-centric, marketing, the application. They're going to be a customer-facing company with these changes based on what they're saying. Losses could no longer be tolerated. And another thing that I noticed, Hans was the chairman and the CEO of the company. Now you have separate chairman and CEO. The chairman, Mark Bertolini, and then the CEO, which is Dan Schulman. No supreme leader anymore. The power is clearly more delegated. And in terms of the network, because that seems to have been a key point that he brought up, network spending is probably going to reduce. You're probably going to see a reduction in CapEx. We'll learn more in January when they report earnings from Q4, right? Because that'll be the guidance for the rest of the year, 2026. But my expectation, new builds, new small cells, maybe even possibly upgrading small cells, the mmWave piece, C-RAN, venue investment, those things that are considered to be extra and differentiating, I don't know, man. I don't think those things are going to be happening in a timely fashion. Anything that's not existing in very, very current plans is going to take longer to roll out and deploy. My expectation, this is just me, this is what I'm expecting. Projects that were on deck to happen, likely delayed 6 months, even as long as maybe 24 months. Right? So stuff that would have happened within a calendar year, maybe expect to happen in 2 calendar years. I don't think that's like a technical time frame. I'm just saying expect it to take longer, and I don't think that's out of the question. They've been spending, $18 billion in CapEx. Do we see a 10% reduction, a 15 or a 20% reduction? All I'm saying is the thing that made Verizon special is now about to be different. What's going to make them special is going to be different moving forward. They're going to address it in a different way. They're not going to do things the way they were doing it before. That's the clear message from their chairman. And we got the same confirmed explanation from their new CEO. And I think based on the way things are going and what we've seen so far, I think they mean it. It seems to be the truth. I've admitted I was wrong, but these guys are coming and doing something different. Anyways, I thought I'd give you guys that news. And if you guys want to watch this, I'll leave a link for it in the description. The discussion here, the questions, and the interview with Mark Bertolini, linked in the description. Like, share, subscribe, check out some more videos, drop me some comments, guys, and we'll see you soon on the next one.